Step 1: Action over Emotion Classification. The action over emotion classification focuses on the principle that progress is driven by what you do, not how you feel. Most people allow their emotions to dictate their behavior. They act only when they feel motivated, confident, inspired, or ready. However, emotions are naturally unstable. One day you feel driven, the next day you feel tired, distracted, or doubtful. If your actions depend on these shifting emotions, your progress becomes inconsistent and unreliable. In contrast, action-driven individuals operate differently. They understand that feelings are temporary, but actions create permanent results. Instead of waiting for motivation, they rely on commitment and responsibility. Even when they feel lazy, unmotivated, or unsure, they still take action because they prioritize their goals over their emotions. This mindset creates a powerful shift. You stop asking, "Do I feel like doing this?" and start asking, "What needs to be done right now?" Over time, this builds a strong internal system where action becomes automatic. You no longer depend on emotional highs, you depend on discipline. And interestingly, once you start taking action, your emotions often follow. Motivation appears after you begin, not before. Relying on emotions is one of the biggest reasons people fail to stay consistent. Emotions can be influenced by many factors: sleep, stress, environment, mood, making them unreliable as a foundation for success. If you only work when you feel good, you will miss many opportunities for growth, especially during difficult days when progress matters the most. Choosing action over emotion solves this problem. It creates consistency, which is the real driver of success. Small, repeated actions done daily will always outperform occasional bursts of motivation. This consistency builds discipline, and discipline eventually turns into identity. You become someone who takes action no matter what. Additionally, taking action despite negative emotions strengthens mental toughness. Every time you act when you don't feel like it, you train your mind to resist comfort and push through resistance. This builds confidence not from thinking or planning, but from proven experience. In the long run, action leads to results, and results reinforce belief. You start trusting yourself more because you know you can execute regardless of your emotional state. Emotions are temporary, but actions define your future. I'm tired. I'll skip today. I'm tired, but I'll still do something. That small difference is what separates average from successful people. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for motivation. Step to fear management classification. The fear management classification focuses on the ability to act despite fear rather than waiting for fear to disappear. Fear is a natural human response. It shows up whenever you face uncertainty, risk, or something outside your comfort zone. Whether it's fear of failure, rejection, judgment, or the unknown, these feelings are unavoidable when you're trying to grow. Most people misunderstand fear. They believe that successful individuals are fearless, but in reality, they're simply better at managing fear. Instead of running away or freezing, they acknowledge the fear and move forward anyway. They treat fear as a signal, not a stop sign. It often means you're doing something important, something that has the potential to change your life. Fear management is not about eliminating fear, it's about controlling your response to it. You feel it, but you don't let it control your decisions. You train yourself to take action even when your mind is full of doubt. Fear becomes dangerous only when it leads to inaction. When you avoid things because you're afraid, you stay in the same place. No growth, no progress, no improvement. Over time, this builds regret and lowers confidence because you keep proving to yourself that fear is stronger than you. On the other hand, when you manage fear and act anyway, several powerful things happen. Confidence grows not because fear disappears, but because you prove you can handle it. Comfort zone expands. What once felt scary becomes normal over time. Opportunities increase. Many of life's biggest rewards are on the other side of fear. Fear is actually a gateway to growth. Every time you face it, you build mental strength. Every time you avoid it, you reinforce weakness. That's why managing fear is essential for long-term success. Fear doesn't mean stop, it means you're about to grow. Fear-controlled, I'm scared to start, so I won't try. Fear-managed, I'm scared, but I'll do it anyway. Step 3. Imperfect start classification. The imperfect start classification is centered on the idea that taking action, even if it's messy, is more powerful than waiting for perfection. Many people delay starting because they want everything to be perfect timing, perfect skills, perfect plan. But perfection is an illusion. It creates hesitation, overthinking, and ultimately, inaction. This mindset teaches that progress begins the moment you start, not when everything is ready. Your first attempt will likely be flawed, and that's normal. Mistakes, failures, and adjustments are part of the process, instead of seeing imperfection as a weakness. This classification sees it as a necessary step toward mastery. Starting imperfectly allows you to learn faster. You gain real experience, identify what works and what doesn't, and improve along the way. Action creates clarity, while waiting for perfection creates delay. Perfectionism is one of the biggest obstacles to success because it prevents action. When you wait for everything to be perfect, you waste time, miss opportunities, and stay stuck in the same place. Meanwhile, people who start imperfectly gain experience, improve consistently, and move ahead. Every successful person started as a beginner. Their first attempts were not perfect, but they didn't let that stop them. By taking imperfect action, they built momentum. And momentum is what turns small efforts into big results over time. Additionally, starting imperfectly reduces fear. When you accept that your first step doesn't need to be perfect, you remove pressure from yourself. This makes it easier to begin, and once you begin, progress naturally follows. You don't need a perfect start, you need a real one. Perfection mindset: I'll start when everything is ready. Imperfect start mindset: I'll start now and improve as I go. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, it doesn't exist. Start where you are, use what you have, and improve along the way. Because the only way to get better is to begin. Step for discipline over motivation classification. The discipline over motivation classification highlights the principle that discipline is more reliable than motivation when it comes to achieving long-term success. Motivation is an emotional state, it comes and goes. Some days you feel energized and driven, but other days you feel tired, distracted, or uninspired. If you depend only on motivation, your progress will always be inconsistent. Discipline, on the other hand, is a system. It is the ability to do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. It's built through habits, routines, and commitment. Instead of asking, "Do I feel like doing this today?" disciplined individuals ask, "Is this part of my goal?" If the answer is yes, they take action, no excuses. This classification teaches that success is not about intense bursts of motivation, but about showing up consistently, even on the days when motivation is completely absent. Motivation is unreliable because it depends on emotions, and emotions are constantly changing. If you only work when you feel motivated, you will skip days, lose momentum, and struggle to make real progress. Discipline solves this by creating consistency, which is the true foundation of success. When you build disciplined habits, your actions become automatic. You don't waste energy deciding whether to act, you simply follow your routine. Over time, discipline produces several powerful results. Consistency leads to mastery, repeated action improves your skills. Momentum builds naturally, small daily efforts compound into big outcomes. Self-trust increases, you prove to yourself that you can follow through, no matter what. Interestingly, discipline often creates motivation, not the other way around. Once you start taking action, you begin to feel progress, and that progress fuels motivation. But the starting point is always discipline. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you going. Motivation-based, I'll work when I feel inspired. Discipline-based, I'll work because it's part of my routine. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Build discipline by showing up every day, even when it's hard. Because success isn't built on feelings, it's built on consistency. Final step: time reality classification. The time reality classification focuses on understanding that time is limited, irreversible, and constantly moving whether you act or not, every day, every hour. Every minute that passes is something you can never get back. Unlike money or opportunities, time cannot be recovered once it's gone. Most people live as if they have unlimited time. They delay action, procrastinate, and tell themselves, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I still have time," but the reality is, time keeps moving forward without waiting for you to feel ready, confident, or motivated. This classification emphasizes becoming aware of the true value of time and using it intentionally. It teaches that your life is being shaped daily not by big decisions alone, but by how you spend your time in small, repeated moments. What you do today directly affects who you become tomorrow. Ignoring the reality of time leads to procrastination, missed opportunities, and regret. When people believe they have plenty of time, they delay important actions, whether it's working on their goals, improving themselves, or taking risks. Over time, this creates a gap between where they are and where they want to be. On the other hand, when you fully understand that time is limited, your mindset shifts. You become more urgent and intentional with your actions. You focus on what truly matters instead of wasting time. You take opportunities more seriously because you know they may not come again. Time awareness creates discipline and focus. It forces you to prioritize growth over comfort and action over delay. It also builds a sense of responsibility. You realize that your future is not controlled by luck, but by how you use your time right now. In the long run, those who respect time gain a massive advantage. While others are waiting, they are moving. While others are delaying, they are progressing. Time will pass anyway, so you might as well use it to build something. Time ignorant, "I'll start later, I still have time." Time aware, "If I don't start now, I'm losing time I can't get back." Stop wasting time waiting for the perfect moment. Start using your time with purpose today, not tomorrow. Because the life you want is being built by how you spend your time right now.